Trent and Amber Johnston have made some big parenting mistakes on 7 Little Johnstons, which they haven't been able to fully recover from. While the duo undoubtedly loves their 5 children, they haven't always made the best choices on their parenthood journey. Whether they thought they were doing the right thing or not, it's certainly impacted their relationship with their kids. According to The Family of 7 on 7 Little Johnstons is the world's largest known family of achondroplasia dwarfs, and the show centers on their lives as a family. Trent and Amber have 2 biological children, Jonah and Elizabeth, Liz, Johnston, and they later adopted Anna, Emma, and Alex Johnston. Like any good parents, Trent and Amber are proud of their children, and are invested in their lives. However, that hasn't stopped them from making some major mistakes along the way. It's time to look at 10 parenting mistakes the 7 Little Johnstons couple have made with their 5 children. 7 Little Johnstons, 8 reasons Trent Amber constantly face backlash. Amber's reaction to Emma's homecoming makeover. When Emma was preparing for her homecoming dance, her sisters Liz and Anna helped her to get ready for the big night. They assisted her with picking out a dress, and Liz did her makeup and hair. However, getting Emma ready for the dance wasn't a simple process, as Amber was involved. Emma went through quite a few different makeup trials before her mother approved of a look that she didn't deem the equivalent of a boulevard worker. Amber's strict and controlling expectations about Emma's hair and makeup on 7 Little Johnstons didn't cast her in the best light. Amber's attitude when taking Alex to the airport. When it was time to drive Alex to the airport, so he could visit his girlfriend Allie in Ohio, it wasn't a smooth trip on 7 Little Johnstons. Amber didn't account for the traffic, and the amount of time it would take to find a parking space once they arrived. As concerned as she was about Alex missing his flight, she didn't prepare him, in terms of time management or building his confidence. He was already nervous about where to go and what to do once he got to the airport, since it was his first flight. Neither did her frustration over not knowing where to park. Her attitude on their way there didn't help. Amber Trent's expectations of Anna. Throughout the seasons of 7 Little Johnstons, Trent and Amber have seemingly held their daughter Anna to a different standard than her siblings. She's considered the free spirit and rebellious one in her family, who often found herself being corrected by her parents. Anna grew up in a Russian orphanage for the first 4 years of her life, and struggled to form relationships once she was adopted by Amber and Trent. Now that Anna is an adult, she's made immense progress. However, Amber admits that she dropped the ball in her early years, and feels she could have done more emotionally to help her transition. Ever since the beginning of 7 Little Johnstons, Alex has been treated as the baby of the family. Amber Trent coddling Alex. While it's true that he's the youngest, Trent and Amber still tend to coddle him, even though he is now a teenager. Throughout the seasons, his siblings have been annoyed with his complaining, and inability to mature and be independent. His parents' attitude toward him is only hindering him in the long run, as he gets closer to adulthood. Amber Trent's involvement in Liz Bryce's house. When Liz's relationship with her boyfriend Bryce started to become more serious on 7 Little Johnstons, it didn't take long for her parents to get involved. Liz and Bryce had plans to move in together, and started looking for a home they could call their own. Instead of letting them figure it out on their own, and truly take that step towards independence, Trent and Amber stepped in. Liz is now 21 years old, but her parents still aren't allowing her to grow, and learn from her mistakes. They gave their opinion on the matter. Amber Trent's disapproval of Anna's career choice. In the earlier seasons of 7 Little Johnstons, Anna expressed to Trent and Amber her interest in working at a hair salon. They felt that she needed to attend college to build a solid foundation for success. Her parents didn't necessarily back up her plan. That could help her if her cosmetologist aspirations didn't work out. However, they did get her an opportunity to job shadow at a hair salon. When she had a challenging day, they didn't try to support or encourage her. Trent Amber's judgment toward Jonah's job. When Jonah came home and talked to his parents about becoming a car salesman, they doubted it was a job Jonah could make a career out of. They felt he needed to set his sights on something more stable, because relying on sales and a commission can mean fluctuating income. It can be hard to make it work. Despite their heart-to-heart, which was meant to be loving and eye-opening on 7 Little Johnstons, Jonah proved that it was a job he could succeed at. Trent Ember's involvement in Liz Bryce's relationship. Trent now works at a car dealership as well. Liz and Bryce are high school sweethearts, and have continued their relationship well into adulthood on 7 Little Johnstons. Now that their relationship is getting more serious, and they're getting older, Trent and Ember still set boundaries in their relationship. They have gotten involved in the personal details of their lives, and have made it clear they don't want them to have an intimate relationship together. Trent Ember going through Jonah's phone. Trent and Ember overstepped their boundaries as parents when they admitted to reading Jonah's text messages with his girlfriend, Ashley. Jonah is 23 years old, and had been dating his girlfriend, Ashley, for quite some time. They spoke out about the incident on 7 Little Johnstons. Then, his parents invaded his privacy. However, they didn't necessarily see anything wrong with their behavior. Jonah's Delta 8 drug scare prompted them to look through his phone and read his text messages, so they could find out if anything else was going on. They then sat down with Jonah and Ashley, and gave them their opinion about their relationship. Trent and Ember were involved in Jonah and Ashley's breakup. Jonah and Ashley's intense conversation with Trent and Ember influenced them to take a step back and reevaluate their relationship on 7 Little Johnstons. They listened to what they had to say, and understood that it would be best for both of them if they took time to process everything. Jonah's drug scare, and issues with anxiety, started to take a toll on their relationship. Trent and Ember's encouragement to not rush into anything played a role in them breaking up,